This story begins with a group of friends enjoying a party late at night. However, one of the girls, Courtney, sits silently and sadly. When her friends notice her, they ask what's wrong. She explains that a new app has been launched that can tell the exact time of its user's death. Courtney reveals she downloaded the app that morning, and when she opened it, it predicted she would die in exactly 15 days. Her friends laugh at her and jokingly decide to download the app themselves. They make a bet. The person predicted to die the soonest must finish all the drinks on the table alone. Before downloading, everyone is shown a user agreement, terms and conditions, which, like many people, they accept without reading. After installation, they all see a countdown timer for their lives. They take turns showing their remaining time. Some had 20 years, others 60. But Courtney looks worried. When she shows her phone, the app indicates she has only 3 hours left until her death. She is terrified, but her friends reassure her, saying the app is just a joke. According to the game, the person with the least time left must drink all the drinks. Courtney loses as she only has 3 hours. As her friends urge her to drink, her boyfriend, Evan, arrives and drinks all the alcohol himself instead of Courtney. After the party, Courtney and Evan are in the car. Evan, having drunk too much, is drunk, and Courtney tells him not to drive. He ignores her. Already scared by the app, Courtney gets out of the car and starts walking home. Evan repeatedly asks her to get back in, but when she refuses, he gets angry and drives away, leaving her alone. Suddenly, Courtney gets a notification on her phone from the app. She has violated the user agreement. She doesn't understand what this means, but becomes even more frightened. We then see a shadowy figure in a black coat stalking her. Another alert pops up on her phone, telling her she has only 7 minutes left. Courtney frantically rushes home. As she enters, she hears strange noises and the app's alert constantly rings. Annoyed, she turns off her phone, but it turns back on by itself, and the countdown resumes. Finally, an unseen entity pulls Courtney upwards, and she falls to her death just as the countdown hits 0. This reveals that the app is not a joke, but actually predicts a person's remaining lifespan. Meanwhile, we see that Evan has crashed his car. Evan survives, but a large piece of wood from a tree impaled the seat where Courtney would have been sitting. This suggests that Courtney was originally meant to die in this car crash. The nurse and a patient. Next, we see a nurse named Quinn at the hospital, taking a food trolley to a patient's room. She finds the patient has left without eating. Quinn knows where the patient is likely to be and goes straight to him. The patient is revealed to be Evan, Courtney's boyfriend. Evan is extremely distressed. He tells Quinn everything about the countdown app, how his girlfriend downloaded it, and how she died at the exact time it predicted. Quinn tries to calm him, suggesting it must be a coincidence, arguing that no app can predict a person's death. She attempts to prepare him for surgery, but Evan absolutely refuses because he also downloaded the app. According to the app, Evan has only 19 hours left to live. Since he is scheduled for surgery in 19 hours, he is convinced he will die during the operation. Quinn assures him that nothing will happen. Later, Quinn meets the head nurses. They take her to a room where a doctor and staff members surprise her with a cake as she has passed the nurse's test. While having cake, Quinn tells everyone about Evan's countdown app. Others present also mention having heard about the app. Joking, they all download it to see their remaining lifespans, including Dr. Sullivan, the head doctor. Dr. Sullivan is delighted, as his phone predicts he will live until 90. The others also have long times left. Just then, a man brings in a woman who has overdosed and stopped breathing. They save her with an injection. In the evening, after work, Quinn returns home and gets a notification to download the countdown app. Not taking it seriously, she downloads it and accepts all the terms and conditions without reading. She is shocked to see she has only 2 days left to live. She finds this strange, but ignores it and goes home. Quinn lives with her father and younger sister, Jordan. Her mother died in a car accident a year ago. Evan's death and Quinn's investigation. The next day, we see Evan at the hospital, highly agitated because his countdown is running out. And he now has only minutes left. He decides to run away instead of having the surgery. As he attempts to escape, he gets a notification. He has violated the user agreement. It becomes clear that once a person sees their death time on the app, they cannot try to avoid their death. Just as Courtney tried to avoid her death by getting out of the car, Evan is trying to avoid his by refusing surgery. As Evan moves, he sees a black shadow behind him in a mirror. When he turns around, no one is there. Suddenly, the glass mirror in front of him shatters. Terrified, Evan runs towards the stairs. The lights go out. He hears footsteps. He turns on his phone's flashlight and sees his girlfriend, Courtney, but she has become a demon. He tries to run, but his phone falls on the stairs. A short while later, the demon kills Evan and throws him down the stairs. When Quinn arrives at the hospital, she is told Evan died from falling down the stairs. This makes her recall Evan's repeated insistence that the app predicted his death in 19 hours. Quinn begins to suspect the app is real and killed Evan. To confirm her suspicion, she goes to the morgue, where Evan's body is kept. She picks up Evan's phone, which has a face lock. She removes the sheet from Evan's body, holds the phone up to his face to unlock it, and sees the app's countdown has reached 0. Now, Quinn is absolutely certain the app is real. Just as she looks away from the phone to Evan's face, his head unnaturally turns to look at her. Frightened, she quickly pushes the body back into the freezer. Breaking the user agreement, Quinn is now terrified. The app says she has only 1 day left. She was scheduled to visit her mother's grave with her father tomorrow, making her suspect an accident will occur on the way, killing her. To avoid this, Quinn calls her dad and cancels the plan to visit the cemetery. Immediately, she receives a notification. She has violated the user agreement. She is very upset. Dr. Sullivan calls her into a room to help a patient, but his intentions are predatory. He tries to force himself on her. Quinn manages to escape and goes to the head nurse to complain. But before Quinn can speak, the doctor distracts the head nurse with another task. Back home, Quinn searches for the app online. She finds information about Courtney and a video of another girl who claims she started seeing her dead brother's ghost after downloading the app. The girl in the video then says her time is up and something happens to her. However, when Quinn checks the comments, everyone calls it a fake video, which slightly comforts her. As Quinn closes her laptop, she suddenly sees Evan's ghost. She's terrified. When she turns on the light, Evan is gone. She receives another notification. She has violated the user agreement. She smashes her phone on the ground, breaks it, and spends the night sleeping in her car out of fear. The truth about the app. The next morning, Quinn's sister Jordan wakes her up. They go back into the room where Jordan sees Quinn's broken phone, with the countdown still running. Jordan asks Quinn if she downloaded the app, which makes Quinn realize that Jordan also knew about it and was a user. Quinn's screen is completely shattered, so she goes to a mobile shop to buy a new phone, believing the killer app won't be on it. But as soon as she buys the new phone, the app automatically downloads. Frustrated, Quinn yells at the shopkeeper, asking about the app, but he doesn't know anything. He tries to delete it, but there is no delete option. Angry, Quinn takes her phone and leaves. A customer named Matt overhears Quinn's conversation and approaches the shopkeeper to ask about the app. Quinn sits in her car to drive home. She looks in the rearview mirror and sees a person in black clothes behind her car. When she turns around, they are gone. Suddenly, a strange creature's hands cover her mouth, and her car quickly reverses, narrowly avoiding hitting a parked car. The driver of the other car gets out and yells at Quinn. Matt, the customer from the shop, emerges and diffuses the situation. He tells Quinn that he also downloaded the app and is predicted to die even sooner than she is. They sit down at a bar to talk about the app. Matt asks Quinn if she read the user agreement when she downloaded it. Quinn admits she didn't. She just accepted the terms and conditions. Matt says he made the same mistake. They regret not reading the agreement. Matt sees a drunk man at the bar and gets an idea. He suggests they get the drunk man to download the app on his phone so they can finally read the terms and conditions. They approach the drunk man, who is talking nonsense, and persuade him to download the app. When the drunk man reaches the terms and conditions page, Quinn grabs the phone and reads them carefully. They finally learn a crucial rule. After viewing the time of death on the app, the user cannot attempt to avoid their death. They both realize they violated this agreement by canceling their trips. Despite hearing this, the drunk man accepts the conditions. Luckily, he sees he will live for another 40 years. Quinn then remembers there is a priest at her hospital who might be able to help them in this situation. The curse of Ozhin, Quinn, and Matt go to the hospital and explain the whole demon story to the priest. The priest says he doesn't believe in demons, but he gives them the address of another priest who is an expert in demonic matters. Before leaving, the head nurse takes Quinn to a meeting. Dr. Sullivan is there and falsely accuses Quinn of harassing him. When Quinn tries to explain, the head of the meeting ignores her, and she is fired. Quinn doesn't care about the job. Her life is at stake. The two go to a church and find the priest the other father told them about. They tell him everything about the app. The father tells them a story from the Bible about a prince from 100 years ago who was scared he would die in an upcoming battle. He went to an old gypsy lady and asked if he would survive. The old lady said she could tell him the exact time of his death, but the condition was that he must not try to avoid his death after knowing the time. The prince agreed and learned he would die in the battle. Fearful, he ignored the condition and sent his younger brother to fight instead. The brother survived, and they won the battle. But a demon named Ozhin started pursuing the cowardly prince. Ozhin tortured the prince and killed him at the exact time he was destined to die. The father reveals, through deep reflection, that the demon Ozhin is behind all this. He suggests the app might be a form of the Ozhin demon. He tells them that to avert their deaths, they must first hack the app and bring him the code. Once he sees the code, he can help them break the demon's hold. Hacking the app and facing Ozhin, Quinn and Matt rush to the mobile shopkeeper to ask him to hack the app as their time is running out. The shopkeeper is reluctant, but Quinn offers him money, and he agrees. After many hours, he finally hacks the app and retrieves its code. Quinn quickly takes a picture of the code to show the father. The shopkeeper, Derek, sees the database has millions of users, and he finds his own name. He tampers with the code and changes his age to over 100 years. The idea works, giving Derek full access to the app to increase anyone's lifespan. Quinn and Matt ask him to increase their ages, and he does. Quinn then sees her sister Jordan's name in the database, with a death time 3 minutes earlier than Quinn's, meaning they were both meant to die in the same accident. Quinn increases Jordan's age as well. Quinn and Matt are overjoyed, relieved of the fear of death. But their happiness is short-lived. They go back to Quinn's house and decide to spend the night in the same room for safety, still wary of the demon. That night, as they are about to sleep, Quinn asks Matt why he downloaded the app. Matt explains he had a younger brother who was always sick and died years ago. Since then, Matt has been scared of death and wanted to know when he would die. Quinn then tells Matt her story. She went to a party without telling her mother, and her mother was killed in a car accident while looking for her. They fall asleep. In the middle of the night, the demon comes to scare Quinn again. A strange voice echoes in her ears, waking her up. She sees Matt's hand on her stomach. She tries to wake him up by moving his hand, but then the real Matt opens the door and enters the room. The hand on her stomach was the demon's. The demon attacks Quinn, but Matt courageously pulls the blanket off him, causing the demon to flee. They then realize that hacking the app was useless, as their countdowns have reset to their original times. Quinn worries about Jordan. The demon starts scaring Jordan too, but Quinn arrives just in time to take her. Jordan is terrified. The three of them go to see Father John. Quinn tells him the hacking plan failed, and the demon is still after them. She shows him the app's code. The father reads the code and understands that any user who violates the user agreement is put under the curse of Ozhin, which he considers a good thing because a curse can be broken. The father devises a plan to trick the demon at its own gain. He explains that if they can prove the demon is a liar, the curse will break. This means if even one person dies a little earlier or a few seconds later than the app predicts, the demon will be proven false and the curse will be broken. The climax and resolution. The four of them go to the church basement and create a ritualistic circle. Matt has only a few minutes left and the lights start to blink, indicating the demon has arrived for him. The father instructs them to stay inside the circle, assuring them that no evil force or demon can touch them as long as they are within the boundary. He warns them not to step outside, or they will be killed. The demon appears before them, but cannot enter the circle. Suddenly, Matt sees his deceased brother, but it's the demon taking his brother's form to trick Matt into leaving the circle. Emotional, Matt steps outside the circle and the demon grabs his leg and drags him away. Quinn runs out after him. When she gets outside, Matt is standing on the road, perfectly fine. But then, a speeding car hits and crushes Matt, killing him instantly. The countdown on his phone reaches 0 at the exact moment of his death. Quinn is devastated by Matt's death. The next target is Jordan, but Quinn notices Jordan is badly wounded from their escape. She takes her to her hospital for treatment. A nurse colleague confirms to Quinn that Dr. Sullivan also tried to harass her. Seeing the despicable Dr. Sullivan gives Quinn an idea. She knows the rogue doctor is predicted to live for 90 years. If Quinn kills him now, the demon's curse will be broken and both sisters' lives will be saved. Quinn goes to the doctor's office, claiming she wants her job back and is willing to do anything. She tells him to meet her in a secluded area behind the hospital. The doctor, overcome with lust, falls for Quinn's trap and goes to the isolated spot. Quinn is hiding, holding a metal rod. When she gets a chance, she attacks the doctor, injuring him, and he falls to the ground. Quinn also brought a syringe of morphine with her. Just as she is about to inject the doctor, the demon appears, pulls the doctor away, and he escapes. Now, Jordan's time is almost up. She has only 2 minutes left. The demon comes for her. She tries to hide, but the app reveals her location, and the demon catches her. Just then, Quinn comes forward and prepares to inject the morphine into herself to save her sister. The demon takes the form of Quinn's mother to try and dissuade her. Quinn is momentarily emotional, but she quickly realizes it's the demon's trick and injects the morphine into herself. Quinn dies before her predicted time, proving Ozhin a liar. The demon Ozhin disappears into smoke, and Quinn's plan succeeds, saving Jordan's life. Jordan comes to Quinn, crying, and notices a medicine name written on Quinn's arm. She also sees a vial of that same medicine in Quinn's hand. Jordan quickly draws the medicine into a syringe and injects it into Quinn's arm, which counteracts the morphine. Quinn comes back to life. The countdowns of all the people stop there. Quinn gets her job back, and the wicked doctor is jailed for his actions. A few days later, Quinn visits her mother's grave with her family. As they return home, Quinn gets a notification on her phone, and she sees that a new app called Countdown has been downloaded onto her phone. The story ends here.